Hello everyone, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Max and I make food review videos. Today, as you can see, I'm at home for a very particular video. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, I know, this video is going out after the Super Bowl, but it doesn't really matter, bear with me. I am a huge sports fan and a huge American football fan. But as you can see from my shirt, my team won't be playing tonight because we haven't qualified for a Super Bowl in like 55 years or so. For the ones who don't know what the Super Bowl is, the final of the NFL. The winners of the two conferences, the AFC and the NFC, will battle each other in a neutral venue to decide who's the winner of the National Football League. The Seattle Seahawks will play against the New England Patriots, and as you can see again from my shirt, I will be supporting Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks tonight. It's a huge sports event, but it's not all about football. So for today's video, I'm going to rank some of the Americans' favorite foods to eat during a Super Bowl. I found many options online, but unfortunately I couldn't find some of the ones I wanted to try. But eventually we've got 9 different Super Bowl foods to eat. Some of them are quite surprising because it's not really what I would think of when I think of the Super Bowl, so we shall see. The rules are very simple. I'm going to have a couple of bites for each option, and then I'm going to give a score out of 10 for the taste and a score out of 5 for relevance, based on how much of a Super Bowl food I think they are. The food that scores the most points at the end will be crowned best Super Bowl food ever. But enough talking, it's time to eat. Okay, we are starting from a classic. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the Super Bowl and Super Bowl foods? Chicken wings. So let's have a bite. These are very nice and very flavorful. They're very crunchy. I know in America people don't necessarily eat breaded chicken wings. Here in the UK you can find mostly these, and they actually like them more than the non-breaded ones, so this is gonna score well. Okay, I'm going to give 7.5 out of 10 for the taste of the chicken wings, and then I'm going to give a 5 for relevance because that's, you know, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the Super Bowl, so definitely a 5. So in total it's a 12.5. Let's move on to pizza. You know I love pizza. This is more of an American pizza. It's not, the kind of pizza I would usually eat. So it's not necessarily my favorite, but let's try it. Yeah, American style pizza is not necessarily my favorite. It's very bready, quite dry as well. I mean, it's pizza, so I do like pizza. And usually you need to eat American style pizza with some dip, because it's usually quite dry. I cannot give a bad score to pizza because that would hurt my soul. But I'm going to give 6 for the taste and 5 for relevance because, again, it's one of the first things I think of when I think of the Super Bowl. So total score of 11 for pizza. Gonna have some nachos. Let's try. Nachos with cheese, nacho cheese sauce and guacamole. This is quite nice and flavorful. I'm so messy. I really like the nachos. I do think it's a very good Super Bowl option. Okay, I'm going to give 8.5 out of 10 for the taste and then a 5 out of 5 for relevance. So that brings the total of the nachos to 13.5, I believe. So yeah, for now, top of the leaderboard. Okay, let's move on to chips and dips. We've got guacamole, peri-peri sauce, nacho cheese sauce and garlic mayo. I quite like chips, but I usually don't dip them. I eat them on their own. But let's try. Let's have a chip with a dip. Let's try a chip with each of the 4 dips. Chip with guacamole. It's not bad. Nacho cheese. it was better with the guacamole, garlic mayo, and peri-peri sauce. I'm not really a fan, I'm sorry for the ones who love chips with dips. I do like chips and dips separately, but I don't think they belong together. Gonna give chips and dips a 5 out of 10 for taste and a 4 for relevance. So chips and dips score a 9. Next up we got chicken bites, chicken nuggets, and to make my life easier I went to McDonald's. Not gonna lie, I wanted to go there because I wanted to get the new Friends collectibles. So I'm sure you'll be on board with these. Who doesn't like Friends, am I right? But yeah, let's try the chicken nuggets with some dips. Let's go with the peri-peri sauce. Chicken nuggets, a classic. You can't go wrong with them. I'm gonna give them a 7 for taste and 3.5 for relevance. Americans eat a lot of chicken during the Super Bowl, but let's be honest, it's not really a Super Bowl food, isn't it? So 3.5 out of 5 for relevance, 7 for the taste, which brings the total to 10.5 for chicken nuggets. And after the chicken nuggets, it's time for the burger. As you can see, I left it in the oven for too long. My bad, but let's try it. Yeah, it's a good standard cheeseburger. 7.5 out of 10 for the taste, and 5 out of 10 for relevance, because yeah, burgers are definitely something I would think of when I think of the Super Bowl. So 7.5 and 5, that brings the total for the burger to 12.5. Let's have a small recap. For now, at the top of the leaderboard, there are nachos with 13.5, followed by burgers and chicken wings with 12.5, pizza with 11, chicken nuggets with 10.5, and chips and dips with 9. Let's move on to chicken quesadilla. That was quite a good quesadilla, very cheesy, chicken was nice as well. You know, I'm gonna give it 7 for taste, and gonna give it 4 out of 5 for relevance. I was quite surprised when I was doing research for this video. I found a map with each state's favorite snacks for Super Bowl in the US, and I was quite surprised that a lot of states had quesadilla on the very top of the list. So I'm sure it's relevant for them. It's not necessarily what I think of when I think of the Super Bowl, but you know, a solid 4, which brings quesadilla's total to 11. Good score. Now we have potato skins. These ones are with cheese and bacon. So let's try them. I really like them. Again, not entirely sure if it would be my first choice for Super Bowl food, but I'm sure people love it in the US. A lot of people eat it during the Super Bowl. Personally, I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10 for the taste, because I really like them. And then 4.5 out of 5 for relevance. So that brings the total to 13. We've got something controversial, something I wouldn't think of when I think of the Super Bowl, and it's chocolate chip cookies. Again, very surprising to me, and when I was doing research, I've noticed the whole northwest of the US love chocolate chip cookies during the Super Bowl, which is definitely unexpected, in my opinion at least. But let's give it a go. Yeah, they're good cookies. I just wouldn't eat chocolate chip cookies during the Super Bowl. I'm sure people eat desserts as well during the Super Bowl, not just chicken wings, pizza and burgers. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. I'm gonna give it a 7 for the taste, and I'm gonna give it a 2 for the relevance. Nothing against northwest of the US. I'm sure you guys know something I don't. Chocolate chip cookies score a 9. We've got the winner! Nachos! Yeah! I'm gonna have one more nacho to celebrate the win. Yeah, love nachos. But do let me know in the comments which one was your favorite among the options I've tried today, and if you think I left something out that was a must try during a Super Bowl. So that's it for today's video from me and my lounge. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I'm still trying to grow, and don't forget, if you want a chance of winning a keyring with the logo of the channel, please subscribe. But for now, thank you again for watching. Go Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, and I'll see you next time.